How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Cowboy Bebop Episode 3. Last time we got a new crew member on the Bebop, the Welsh Corgi, Ein, and it was a pretty fun chase episode with a cute little dog. And from the thumbnail, it looks like we meet Faye this time, so I'm looking forward to that. So, yeah, I mean, let's just get into this thing. Check out the Patreon in the description below if you want these videos a week early. Time code for the discussion is down there, but for now we're going to watch the episode. So let's go. 3, 2, 1, play. Looking forward to seeing what this one will be like. Episodes 1 and 2 were pretty different from each other. But I just want to see more locations, get more characters into the main cast, hear more of the music, see more of the visuals. Character designs are great. I recently watched a couple episodes of the show Archer, which I hadn't seen before, and I feel like the opening was definitely inspired by Cowboy Bebop. It's like a James Bond type thing too, but it looked like it was directly inspired by this opening. But yeah, character designs are great. Especially, they do happen to do a good job on the women, I will say. Of course, I know what Faye looks like. The woman from episode 1, the cowboy woman on the Bounty Hunter TV show. They do a good job. I can't complain about those designs. Anyway. Or this song. I can't complain about it either. And here we go. This one is called Honky Tonk Women, I think. I think it's what it said. I think it was women, not woman. Is this where you buy Mogwais? Is that racist? Shit. And here we go. This guy's like, oh. Him? You saying that about yourself? I don't know. But looks like she's got some people following her. Oh shit, okay. Fire first. She was prepared, goddamn. Well, that's just a cool ass fucking image. Like her. Yep. With the smile, the cigarette, the glasses, the machine gun. It's just like that image just kind of tells you what you need to know. It's a few too many. Shit. Poker Alice? Okay, she's a gambler. And a good shot. Yeah, like, or is that she just an identity that she took? So she was pretending to be? Also, will Spike and Jet ever get a bounty? They keep not getting it. Boy? This fucking happened in Gintama! What the hell is happening? Every show I watch is connected, and I don't like every show that I'm watching right now, and I don't understand it. I think they're like all tied into Gintama somehow. This came first. Because that was inspired by this time. She owed a debt, and he was like, come work in my establishment in my club. Which was in the sky. Interesting dream. So they're gonna go hit the slots. Oh. Why? Even he's like, why do it? Where's the dog? Just hang out on the ship? Alright, casino episode. What does that mean? Your eyes are too good for this? That's just why? I mean, if you stop early enough. Are you saying, like, literally his eyes are so good that on a slot machine he could, like, see what it's gonna stop on? But either way, just stop before you win too much, but after you've won enough. Or just help out these other guys. He's just good. He knows what he's doing. Watching an old silent movie. Hello, I guess she's working for me. At least she gets to be a dealer. You know, she's not doing something degrading. That was a pretty distorted image. Like, it didn't look like him at all. His face looked weird as shit. But is he on, like, the list of people you're not allowed to let gamble? Or what's the extent of it here? Is Jet? I guess Jet's still at the slots. So yeah, they were targeting him for this. Why? Why specifically? What's special about it? I'm real bad at that. Not flinging it from one hand to the other, but even, like, shuffling normally on a table. I'm really bad at it. Okay, that last chip. But what is it? Why? What's going on with that chip? Like, why? Okay, see, that's what I was saying. I was like, that face didn't even look like him, but I assumed it was just distorted because, like, the image was clearly staticky. I thought it was, like, distorting the image. But no, the target is that guy. I was like, why are they targeting Spike? They're not. It's fucking Jimbo over here. Also, token switch. Coin. Chip. That's the word. Token, coin, chip. I got it. Third try. So yeah, that guy was the target. Oops. And so now he's got a thing. Just lucked into the intelligent dog. Now he's got this chip that's worth a bajillion de-woolongs. I love that word, woolong. Oh shit! You gonna throw that out there in the middle of the casino? I mean, of course. You think the dealers aren't cheating? Oh, this boy's solution: just swallow it, no matter what it is. No smoking. Ow. This girl wants this chip. Ow. I mean, if it works. Well, good reason. That was pretty badass. I don't know if there's any like direct influence on Spike's character, like old martial arts. Like I know in episode 2 he had the nunchucks and like was referencing where they're from and everything. If there's like Bruce Lee or specific martial artists or anything that were used as reference for him or any of his moves or anything. I feel like maybe I've heard something about that, but there's a good amount of good earnings over there. But he comes in to see this mess. Just got unlucky because he happens to look like this other guy. That's all it is. They're not even going to get... Of course they're not. They're not going to get to cash it. Even now, you win big at the casino and you still make out with nothing. Well, shit. She's just gonna fucking destroy the place. Crush people with falling debris. Hi, oh. She's just gonna keep going up? There's that guy. I don't know. What's this chip? What's the deal? Well, bye, Jimbo. Okay. Get some answers. Hey! Here he is. She smells like money. That's gonna be her thing. Gambling, being in debt. What did you do to accrue such a debt? There you go. Yeah, they don't know what that is. They don't know what the deal is. Ah! Wow. What the fuck is happening? This, what a talent. He can just spit it back up. And absolute control over the digestive tract or whatever. Yeah, not surprised that she's a lockpick. Yeah, of course it's a chip. There's a microchip. Hey, it's these guys. Are they gonna see that guy who looks like him? What the hell? Maybe that's not a lockpick in the way I thought it was. Oh no, it's gonna be her, yeah. Hey, you did it! 6 million and you've got her cuffed in the other room. I'm not gonna get that though. Oh, it's a communication device, okay. Uh-oh, they're gonna bring in a lot of fire here. But now they know what it is. And they know she's got this bounty. Now. Like a prison. $6 million sounds more accurate. Mm-hmm. Only? Yeah, like, what did you do? What is this debt? The hell? I'm sorry? What? Oh, okay then. Okay. Not convincing arguments, though. No. Can you go to the bathroom with one hand? I don't know. Is that a bathroom? Is that a toilet? I don't actually know. If it is, you can, yeah, take her pants off with one hand and go to the bathroom, but I don't know. Until that shit happened. Yeah, okay, I guess it... I thought it looked like a toilet, and it still does. But, you know, I don't know. Mm-hmm. You didn't sell the dog. By SIT. So that's what it is. Okay, so it's not the program itself. That program was locked too. And that's the key to that. I had the chip in a chip in a casino. Easy. How much? Don't offer a huge sum and then immediately... Wait, who was it? Who was it that said that? I think that was Jet, right? I was like, if he said that, if he was like, if he offered 300 million, then immediately dropped it. But I think Jet said that. He's like, that's actually a good strategy. Bring up the high number, then be like, nah, we'll take 30 million. But do you think these guys are going to pay? But yeah, she got out as I assumed she'd be able to at some point. So you can potentially get 30 million. You can get 6 million for her. I don't think you're going to get jack shit. Cool spacesuit. That's kind of cool. I like that, following that in one shot. I like the slow pace of a lot of this. Like, the atmosphere, like I've talked about before, and specifically this episode is pretty slow. But I like that, just like following him as he goes up through space. The camera work, spinning around, and... Hey! Oh, vicious! You're gonna want the cash up front. Things are not gonna go well. Is there the slightest possibility of anything else? Come on, like, yeah. And I'm sure they know. Or are at least on the lookout for it. I know they're not stupid. He timed that on purpose. Pretty good. Hey! You gonna go down there to get the... I mean, you can't get the suitcase if it's still, like, magnetically attached there. Bye. Well, there that guy goes. Too bad. How horrible. Eventually, cars stopped thinking. I have to say, the show is as good at just being cool and just having style. I appreciate it. And I was like, is she gonna let him get on? But she's like, bye. That's a lot of missiles. Hot damn. How you gonna... Oh, okay. Holy shit. You guys are gonna get hit. Yeah. Bye. No money. You still have the chip? You wouldn't get money for it, though. Just give it to the cops. Or just go use it at the casino. Let it get lost in all the chips. No one will ever find it. And then it's done. Okay. Is she coming back? Okay, I was actually wondering if by the end of the episode she would, like, have joined them, or if that would happen later, because I had a feeling it would take a little longer, and yeah, for now, she's just gone, and we'll have to see her again sometime, and there's just a preview after the credits. Yep. Well, that is episode 3, so on to the discussion. Alright, episode 3 of Cowboy Bebop, where we get to meet Faye Valentine and get a little casino adventure. And let me just say how good this show is at being just flat out cool. I've talked about the general atmosphere and everything with the visuals, the music, the character designs are something you can definitely add on top of that. I mean, they've become iconic and they're great. And especially the women, like Faye Valentine is such an iconic character that I've seen and heard about for so long without actually watching the show and hearing all the specifics. But again, like, I have to appreciate the character designs, and specifically, in a lot of ways, the females. From episode 1, the main antagonist woman, the cowboy girl on the bounty hunter show, Faye, they do a good job with those designs. And just her introductory scene of just her with the shades and the cigarette, and she pulls out the machine gun, and just that shot of her firing it, that shot is just perfect and just communicates so much. And just like the scene, the interactions with her and Spike, like when they're leaving at the end and calls her Romani and she calls him Gorgio, just these moments where I'm like, that's just fucking cool. There's just a style to it that I really appreciate, in addition to everything else I've already talked about. And the slower pacing really works too. This episode I thought was the slowest, and also my least favorite, just because there wasn't as much to it. Like, episode 1 had a bit more emotional impact behind the main story, and episode 2 was a fun chase scene with a cute dog, and then this one was in the middle, and I didn't like it as much. But I liked the slow pacing, like when you get a lot of the establishing shots showing the world and the aesthetic and everything. I like that stuff. Or when you get Spike going off into space in that suit that I also really like the design of, and it's just a slow shot of him going up, he's flipping around, he's landing on it, the camera flips around, and you just see everything, and it just lets you soak in the atmosphere. I like that stuff. But yeah, this episode, I still liked it. Just because it's my least favorite, I thought the other two were really good. This one is just less. We've got the casino plot, which is similar to episode 2, where they lucked into finding this dog who happened to have something much more interesting inside him, some kind of tech, some information because of this research experiments. In this one, it's the same thing, but the MacGuffin, instead of being a cute, fun dog, is a poker chip. So it's just kind of, it's like the same thing, but inherently less interesting. But also you've got Faye to spice things up and add to it. But yeah, now there's this information in this chip, or the key to get to the information in the chip. There's like many layers here, and there's like a microchip in the chip, so it's like, it's very deep in here. And yeah, they're just, it's also very coincidental how they stumble upon it. It's not just that they happen to go there when this is happening. It's that the guy that they're supposed to be meeting with the chip happens to look just like Spike, and Faye happens to make that mistake because the picture happens to not be clear enough, and then Spike happens to bump into that exact guy and happens to switch chips. But I'm fine with that. I don't care. It's fun enough to where that doesn't bother me. Also starting to get more into Spike and Jet. I like their interactions and conversations with each other. It feels like they've been palling around for a pretty long time. And Spike was really fun in this episode. I think there's influence behind his creation with real martial artists, and I'm sure other people too, in terms of his attitude and style and everything. But with the way he fights, I think there's Bruce Lee influence there from various things that I've heard and just how it seems. And that's fun to watch with him fighting. Like when the guy punches him and he just kind of, he gets knocked back, well, then he just straightens himself back up. That was cool as shit, honestly. The swallowing things, I don't know what the deal is with that. It caught me off guard. He swallows the cigarette, and I'm like, well, that's fucking gross. And then he just swallows the chip. I'm like, I mean, if that's your solution to get out of things, that's just your go-to. I guess it works. And he's got some damn good control, because he can just be like, oh, I need it back. So, and he just spits it back up. Sure. And at the end, when they're making the trade, the money for the chip, and there's not a single person alive who could ever possibly think that they're just going to go through with it, that these guys are just going to give Spike and Jet the money, and then, yeah, it's all good. We know that's not going to happen. Something is going to go wrong one way or another. And, of course, they know it, too, or at least suspecting it and being ready for the possibility. And that's badass how he times it so that that thing will be passing by and they'll lose sight of him and he can get out of there because he knows that it's not going to happen either. And then he just hits the button on that guy's suit and sends him off into space, and he's just going to be floating in space now. Like I said in the reaction, his fucking cars just bye, you're dead. That's tragic as shit. And again, the goodbye between him and Faye and everything. When Faye was introduced here and the way we were getting her characterized, I wasn't sure if she would be just joining the crew by the end of the episode, or if it would take longer and this would just be the introduction and they'd run into her later. And it seems like that's going to be the case because she's gone off at the end, so I don't know if they're going to go hunt her down because she does have this big bounty on her. She's a very interesting view of money, like even 6 million. She's like, oh, is that it? Like, how much is your debt worth? Like, what is a lot of money to you? What has happened in her past? What has she gone through to lead her here? I'm curious to see. I don't know if they'll just keep going after her. They'll coincidentally run into her again, but obviously they do. She's one of the main characters. So yeah, I was thinking, like, is she just gonna join them? What would get her to do that so quickly? Would it be about clearing her debt? They're not exactly money makers themselves. They don't even get any this time. Even though he wins a bunch at the casino, he doesn't even get to cash it. They got the chip at the end. They decided to get rid of it. And I like the way they do it, just by going to hide it in the casino, hide a tree in the forest. Although, I don't know if, like, the casino's chips look a certain way, and they might be like, what the hell is this one? But most people probably wouldn't think anything of it, and you'll never find it. And the scene with all the missiles and dodging them and then dropping them on the bigger ship, that was cool too. So we've got some decent hand-to-hand fighting, and enjoying watching that from Spike. But that was also the first, like, space battle type thing that I thought was cool and was really well animated and fun. And yeah, the casino atmosphere was nice, and just Faye's, like, femme fatale, what she adds to the show, being how she is, was fun. Slower paced, simple episode. You know, she doesn't join by the end. We're kind of left hanging, wondering where that's gonna go. Like I said, my least favorite, just because of the slower pace, is kind of the same thing as before. A lot of coincidence, but it was still enjoyable. I'm just looking forward to getting more of her character, which obviously we will. I think the main thing is that episode 1 had a lot of focus on the people who had the drugs, and the fact that, you know, the drugs, while being what they had and what they were selling and everything, was also something they were using that was affecting, well, at least the guy was, that was affecting himself, and that was interesting. And then episode 2, again, what they were after was the dog, and he was fun. But then in this one, what they are after is a chip, and that's just not as interesting. The fact that you introduce Faye at that time adds more to it and makes it more enjoyable, but, like, the main quest was the least interesting or least fun so far. But again, I'm looking forward to seeing more of what we get with Faye after this. So that's all I got for now. Let me know anything you want down in the comments below. We can keep talking about the episode. If you enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Share the video with other people that you think might enjoy it too. Check out the Patreon for early videos and all that stuff. And I'll see you guys later.